Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this very mid-morning for a album review. I hope you will enjoy this long-awaited studio album review that we've been waiting for since the first single came out in July of last year, like end of July last year. For Sick Puppies' long-awaited album, their sixth album, Wave the Bowl, that I got a chance to listen to for myself, see what I was going to think of this entire record for almost 38 minutes. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 37 minutes and 45 seconds of this record and let you know my thoughts on Wave the Bowl overall. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the opening track, There Goes the Neighborhood. Still a great track. I really enjoyed Brian's vocals in this, and his screaming vocals and shouting vocals were pretty strong. So this was a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the heavy aspect about this track, and this was probably one of the best songs on the record. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Then we get to Friends Like You. This one's a little cringy. I thought I was going to like it for a time when it came out in February on Valentine's Day. But to be honest, it's very disappointing of a track. It's lazy writing. I wouldn't say lazy writing, but it's just lazy material for this song. And it just doesn't execute very well with how Brian's shouting in this with Friends Like You Who Needs Enemies. It's just, I don't know. This song, the mixing is awful. The production in it is very cringy. It just didn't add enough flavor enough to keep me interested in the rest of the track. So this was an annoying track. 2.75 out of 5. Creature is a bad song. Well, it's a great track actually. To recorrect myself, sorry if I said that it was a bad song. I was thinking of the next track, which we will talk about the next track in a second. So please forgive me if I said Creature was a bad song. It's a great track. It's probably the last strong track on the record. And then we get to the other ones that are hit or miss. But other than that, Creature had great material. The screaming vocals from Brian are great. This track was heavy as fuck too. Had its heavy moments and still a strong one. I even liked Emma singing in it from time to time. Pretty solid. So 5 out of 5. She was singing in the background when Brian was singing the chorus. Oh my god, what have I done? So yeah, pretty strong track. I was still a little tired, so I'm still waking up a little bit, but I might decide to take another nap soon. So yeah, my headspace is, I'm just like very tired. But I wanted to come at you for this review because this was something I wanted to do. So 5 out of 5. Going Places. Now we will say this is a bad track. Yes, it's a bad track. It's one of the worst tracks on the record. I think this track is juvenile. I think it has juvenile lyrics. It's saying, tell my boss go jump in a lake. Tell my ex get the fuck out of my place. And tell that landlord no, he ain't getting paid because I'm going places today. What the fuck does the lyrics tell you? Everything you need to know about how bad this track is. And the verses are nothing special either. This track was just like, what the fuck were they thinking to write a song like this? So yeah, 1.5 out of 5. Still hate this track. It can go fuck itself. I hate Going Places. The song Going Places by Sick Puppies is probably the worst track on the record. Fix Me is a average track. I didn't necessarily hate this one, but I still think there were some issues with the mixing from time to time. The production kind of sounded a little wonky and too pop friendly and electronic friendly. So this is a 3.5 out of 5. Knock Your Lights Out is a mediocre track. Didn't hate this one either, but still in the middle with this one. 3.75 out of 5. The way Brian's singing it from time to time, it's alright, but it has its problems. When the chorus kickstarts, when the chorus is coming in, it plays it a little safe, but not in the worst way. Find a Way was the last single for this record, and honestly, this was okay. As of listening to it a little more, giving it some more listens, I wouldn't say it's the worst track of March 2025 when it came out this month, but I would say it's okay to listen through. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. So, 3.25 out of 5. Feel Again is a good track. I really did dig this song from time to time with the heavy moments in it, with the drumming and guitar work. But there were some execution flaws where the production kind of felt a little wonky and didn't really stay afloat from time to time. Excuse my yawning, I'm still very tired. I think I'm running on like 6 hours sleep, so probably might have to go back to sleep because I usually get like 9 to 12 hours. But other than that, Feel Again is a 4.5 out of 5. Hurricane is an okay track. Some of the production's a little hit or miss, but it doesn't necessarily suck, this track. So it's 3.25 out of 5. I mean, the beginning just has like this auto-tune, not auto-tune, just this monotoned electronic voice that just doesn't execute very well. But everything else about it is kind of just... The song's a little all over the place, but it's okay to listen through when the chorus kicks in. It's an okay song. So 3.25 out of 5. Dead and Buried is a good track for how it sounds. I don't necessarily hate this track, but I just think some of the moments on the track do have its strong moments with the Brian singing in it. But overall, I'd give this a 4.5 out of 5. Fuck 'em all. What do I have to say about this one? It sucks. Honestly, it really sucks. It's a 2.5 out of 5 for me. This track really is cringy. When the chanting vocals, something, fuck 'em all, or whatever, that's what they're saying. I just can't like this song, honestly. It just plays it too safe, and some of Brian's vocals come off a little cringy at times, but I think it plays it okay, but this is not a great track. It's really a bad song, so 2.5 out of 5. Halfway Home is another disappointing song that I couldn't like. I know it's a mellow track to close out the record, but not the best closing track, honestly. Not the best choice for a closing track. So 2.75 out of 5 for this one. I mean, the vocals are nice, but it doesn't execute very well. It sounds too cheesy of a track. So, as the closing track, it just flops. 2.75 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think... give me a second, I gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. My mom was talking to me for a second. That's why I had to pause the video. And to get back to what I was saying for the overall rating for this record, the album's rating that I'm going to be giving it, I think production, mixing, and execution-wise, Wave the Bowl is a bad record. This is not a good Sick Puppies album. This is one of their worst. It's not as the worst record of the year, but it's a bad record. I can tell you that much. This record does not have great replay value, and there's only 3 or 4 songs I could probably come back to from this record. Everything else is on the safe side to pretty bad. So overall, if I were to give Sick Puppies' new Wave the Bull album a score, I'm feeling a bad 4 out of 10 for this record. It sucks. It can go fuck itself and get shoved into a compactor and just get destroyed. This whole CD can get destroyed. I don't really give a fuck. It just fucking sucks. This is one of the worst pieces of garbage I've listened to this year. One of them. But I knew it was gonna suck. I knew when I heard a few of the singles. 2 of the singles were bad. Friends Like You and Going Places. Find a Way is okay, but it's not great. But overall, this record is so pop-infused that Sick Puppies have lost their identity as a band. And I think taking that long break really made them flop even more. Because I knew when I was really excited to see them come back when There Goes the Neighborhood came out. But then when they dropped some other releases, like Going Places, Creature was fine. Almost called Creature a bad song, which it's not a bad track. It's a really strong track. But everything else is just utter garbage. It's like they played on the safe side to utter garbage material in this record, and this is, like I said, Sick Puppies have lost their identity as a band, and they've lost how to write good material. This is not good material. This is terrible material. And I think they should have probably called it quits after Fury, because Shimon would have probably not done this kind of direction, because he made the band sound really good back in the day, up to the 2013 record. Connect, I believe the album was called. I did enjoy that record, but I didn't think it was one of the best. But it was still a strong record. It had some more dark infused songs. It had some more lighter tracks. But this record, they tried too hard with this, and it was a total failure. So 4 out of 10 for Wave the Bull. There were only 3 or 4 tracks I could come back to, which are There Goes the Neighborhood, Creatures, or Creature, Feel Again, and Dead and Buried. Those are the only tracks I could come back to. Everything else, it's kind of on the safe side, very cringy. So, yeah, 4 out of 10 for Sick Puppies Wave the Bull. Sorry to disappoint you guys for this review, and if some Sick Puppies fans get on me saying, "Oh, well, this song's great. Well, this album's great," I'm like, no, it's not. It's a total fucking flop. And this is the worst Sick studio album in their discography. So, yeah. With that being said, I'm going to end this video here. I'm sorry to the band Sick Puppies that I couldn't like your record. I only liked a few songs from your album. Everything else was other cringe or on the safe side. So with that being said, thank you for watching this review this morning.